We did start recording this, just so you all know. And we'll provide links to it after so that you can share it with other members in your organization. All right, we'll go ahead and get started. I'm hopefully going to make this webinar just about a half an hour. We got a lot to cover today. Thank you all for coming. I'm Rob Manfredi with Bamboo Solutions. Today, we're going to see some products that were recently upgraded and released. The first will be Employee Directory Plus and its new special occasion feature. Then we'll jump over to List Rollup. We've added a new token that's called the @me function. And we're going to take a quick look at project management. And that product takes a while to demo. So if there's an interest from you in seeing that product more detailed, please reach out and we can arrange a nice 30-minute one-on-one demo to look at your project management needs. But we want to give you a nice little overview. And then we're going to take a quick look at Tabify, which is gaining a lot of interest in the market now because there's nothing like it in SharePoint Online. And it's such a nifty, inexpensive product that every site should have. So we're going to give you a quick look at that as well. So let's move on. All right, so Bamboo, we're a global leading provider of enterprise software, applications, and consulting services for SharePoint and Microsoft 365. We've been around for a long time. We've served over 8,000 customers worldwide. We're a Microsoft Gold partner, and we serve large organizations all the way down to small shops. We always like to say our products are high-value, low-cost solutions that now support and focus on SharePoint Online. Our experience makes us the best in class. We've been developing products for SharePoint since WSS was out. We've got over 10 years experience in consulting and supporting our customers. We have 40 developers and consultants on staff here. We've got a very high customer satisfaction rating, and we also see a very high repeat customer with both our products and services. Let's jump into the first product. What we'll do is we'll talk about the product. We'll go to the website and look at the product and how you can get a free trial of this. And then we'll do a quick demo of the product and move on to the next. What I do want to note is currently all of our products are priced as perpetual licenses at the tenant level. So they're not subscriptions. There's no per user per month charge. Once you buy the product, it's yours to deploy as much as you want across your tenant and give the functionality to as many users as you'd like. Second year, there's support, which is 22% of the purchase price. And if you have more than 2,000 SharePoint users, there's an enterprise support plan as well that I'll go over before we jump in the first product. So Employee Directory Plus was our first product that allowed us to create a web part within SharePoint Online and touch the Graph API, which grabbed information out of Active Directory and surfaced that into an employee directory within SharePoint. That directory is filterable, searchable, and is pulling data directly from Active Directory, including icons and other information. There are action buttons within each of the contacts that allow you to create a chat, make a phone call, send an email, and the like. And what we've just released is our special occasion feature. So this extends the capability of Employee Directory Plus for it to become a birthday and anniversary product as well. So this allows you to grab date fields out of Active Directory, which could include a birthday or an anniversary, and then show just a list of users with select fields that meet a filter criteria such as the date is within plus or minus 1 day, 3 day, 5 days is with next week, or within the month. And we'll see that in action coming up. And again, everything is a perpetual license for the entire tenant and no subscription fees. So let's jump over here to my browser. And this enterprise support plan, which we just talked about, is an account level charge, not a product level charge. And what this allows you to do is allows us to support our larger customers who obviously have more needs, open up more tickets, and use the product more extensively throughout their organization. If you're under 2,000 SharePoint users, there is no additional fee. If you're between 2,000 and 10,000 SharePoint users, there's an additional per account about $2,500 per year, which also includes 5 hours of additional training and consulting and implementation. And then you can see we scale up from there to up to 100,000 users, then over 100,000 users. And again, this is at the account level, not the product level. So on your first product, you would also have this annual support cost. But if you add a second product, you don't get charged that again. It's at the account level, so you can have as many products as you want, and that is a one-time charge. So that is called the Enterprise Support Plan. It's under Support, Enterprise Support Plan right there if you want to look at that. All right, Employee Directory Plus. Within our website, under Products, you can see the blue products on the left are all the SharePoint Online products. We now have over 25 products that work in SharePoint Online. And the green products on the right are legacy on-prem products, which we're now currently releasing the SharePoint 2022 subscription edition versions of all of those. So we support 2013, 16, 19, and now 2022. Employee Directory Plus is here. What's interesting about all of our products is we do offer 30-day free trials, so that if this is interesting to you or any of the products that you see, you just simply go to the orange button down here in the lower left, click Try Buy, and grab the trial version, which has no charge, no credit card needed, and it will work for 30 days full featured within your tenant. When you're ready to buy, you can just buy it through your account with a credit card, or reach out to sales@bamboosolutions.com and we'll send you a quote and you can purchase with a purchase order. You can see that the production license for this product is $1,850. So if you're ready to buy, first year perpetual license is $1,850. All of our pricing is on our website for each of the products. Second year will be 22% of that price. Again, if you are over 2,000 SharePoint users, you will also have the enterprise account support fee added on top of that. So let's take a look at what it looks like. So you simply take Employee Directory, drop it into your either tenant app catalog or your site collection app catalog, and add it to a page. Once it's added to a page, it begins pulling the information from Active Directory. So let's go ahead and take a look at the settings that we have for Employee Directory Plus. So I've added it from my app catalog to this page, and I get this gear wheel when I edit it that allows me to set up my filters and my special occasion features. What's nice is you can on demand clear the cache that we grab from Active Directory. So if you've updated new groups or added more people, you can do that. It will do it automatically. You can also refresh by fetching groups as well. So you can choose which fields out of Active Directory that you want to display, whether you want to display the avatar or not, the department, the email, job title, office location. I've turned some of these off because I'm using this as an anniversary employee directory versus something that needs all that information. You can also filter your users that you show in this instance of employee directory by department or a group, which grabs your groups from Active Directory. And then you can also filter by location. So what we imagine with Employee Directory Plus is that you may have this sitting on your HR site and only want to show the people from HR. So it's a smaller list, more directed to what the user needs and the like. So in this case, we can also choose how many items per page that you want to show, right? So that you can control the size of what Employee Directory Plus looks like in your page. Special occasion feature adds a new filter, which allows us to grab dates from Active Directory. So any date field, whether it's a custom field or one that's out of the box, we can grab. You grab the date that you want to build a special occasion off of, which could be the birthday field, or in this case, it's the anniversary field. And then you can show the interval, whether you want to show any date that is plus or minus 1 day from today, 3, 5, this week, or this month. I've chosen this month. And you can customize the field that sits next to the date so that it's meaningful for the users looking at it and what they're looking at. So once I save that and republish, it's going to go look at our 40 employees, and it's going to find anybody that has a start date within 1 month of today. So what's nice is you do have the option to show the year or not. So if you're using it for a birthday, you may not want to show the year, but you just want to show the day and time, we can hide the year from that. And of course, this is all searchable. And we have pop-ups, and then you can see here the phone, video chat, emails, and essentially what that would do is kick off a Teams chat to make a phone call, chat, create an event, or things like that. So you can see here I've only got a little bit of people. It's showing who's got whose anniversary is coming up. I've labeled this thing Happy Anniversary. We're going to have another field right here that says, you know, Happy Anniversary or things like that. So this keeps your site fresh with birthdays, anniversaries, and allows you to customize what data you want to show the user. Real nice, real quick, and works directly with your Active Directory. Okay. The next product that I wanted to show you is List Rollup. This was a workhorse for our on-prem. We've just recently released it for SharePoint Online. And what List Rollup does is it takes lists or document libraries and rolls them together into a single view. So if you've got them on different site collections, different subsites, you can actually grab the data from different locations, roll it together, filter it based on business rules, and then display it as if it were a single group of data. So it brings all your data together. It dynamically brings together the stuff from the list every time somebody accesses the page. You can also do dynamic discovery. So if you add a list that has a similar name, List Rollup will automatically grab that list and include it in the rollup. We do include a second web part, which is a grid view, which allows you to display the data, sort the columns, and do searching against the data that has been rolled together. You, of course, can filter your results. You can filter out unwanted lists. So if you are doing an automatic discovery, but you don't want this list ever included, you can actually specify which lists you don't want included in the rollup. And what we've added is a really great new feature, which is the token @me or a date. And what that does is, let's say you're filtering multiple task lists together, and when the user comes to see the rolled together data, you only want to present to them the tasks that are assigned to them, or the ones that are from the logged in user. This function actually allows you to have a dynamic filter capability that will then just present the information. So let's take a look at what this looks like in action. Okay. So Bamboo List Rollup, it's under our products, some key features that we just went through, but this product is perpetual license, $4,000 for your entire tenant, unlimited users. And then second year is 22% of that. Again, a trial is available here. What I've got is a site that I've created. And on here, I've got my schema designer, which is where I build my rollups, and those are stored in a library. I'm going to go ahead and cancel that so you can see I've got a whole bunch of different rollups. And then on the same page, which you would probably have it on a different page, is the data viewer that takes those schemas and displays the data. So I've created two different sites, an issue tracker for engineering, and you can see in here there's 3 issues. Of which 2 issues are assigned to me and 1 is assigned to Kevin. And then I've got another list, which is a migration team issue. And this has got 4 issues, of which we've got 2 assigned to me, 1 to Megan, and 1 to Kevin, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll these 2 lists together into a single view. And then I'm going to set the filter so that only my information is what I see when I go to the actual data viewer. So let's go back and look at how we build that schema. There we go. All right, so I've prepared this one, so we're going to edit it so that we can see it. So essentially, you create a new schema, you give it a name, you give it a little description, and you have essentially 3 things. You add your lists, you choose which lists you want to exclude, and then your columns to display. So when I add a list, the first thing it's going to do is to say, how do you want to find these lists? Do you want all lists of the same type, of the same name, or do you want to specify specific lists? And the discovery can be the current site, all siblings of the site, all subsites, all siblings and subsites, or all sites within the site collection for this site. So we can really go far and wide finding lists that you want to roll together. You choose your lists that you want to grab, right? and then you set up your filters. So let's go back and take a look at one I've already done. So I've added one list, a specific list from the current site. I've chosen the issue tracker engineering list, right? So all my lists are here. And then on the filter, I chose some items as opposed to all items or items within a specific view. Then I grabbed one of the fields that the task is assigned to, and then I'm going to select equals, right? And then I'm going to say me, right? And what that's going to do is it's only going to show tasks that are assigned to me when I roll this data together, okay? And I did that for both lists, 1 and 2. And now I go to my data viewer, which could be on another page. I can give it a name. Let's say issue, let's call it issue list, right? Then I grab the URL from where all of my schemas are. Let me go ahead and cancel out of that so that's safe. And then I grab that webinar schema from there and I click show data. So now what it's done is it's rolled together the lists from the items from those two lists, and then it's put the filter of only showing the items that were assigned to me. Now, if Kevin showed up, he would just see the task associated with him. So you can do all sorts of things on that filtering. So you filter the data so you're only showing exactly what you want your users to see. The next phase we're going to do is we're going to take these schemas that you've created, and this stuff, you can actually move these around, which gets them into a better order, as it were. You can choose which fields out of the list you want to show or not show once you've rolled the data together. And of course, we do have a search function, right? So that if you wanted to see firewall, it can sort that down. What's nice is once we've got these schemas, we're going to actually consume these schemas in some of our other products. We're going to consume these schemas into our data viewer product, into Alerts Plus product, into anything else that is actually displaying data, but you may want that data to come from multiple sources. So this is really a powerful thing. Think of this also you could use on document libraries, so that if you've got a whole bunch of different sites that have their own document libraries, you can actually roll those document libraries together into a single searchable document library and then exclude anything that is not, quote, published, right? So if you have a field that says unpublished or published, if it's published, then we're going to roll it together. If it's unpublished, it'll stay in the subsite until it's ready to be displayed to your public. So it's kind of a way of promoting or publishing finished documents from an organization to the rest of the group within your field. So lots of great ways to use list rollup, super powerful. It is using search. We can roll together thousands and thousands of items, and it's pretty powerful and one of our best sellers from on-prem, and we know it's going to be a great seller here in SharePoint Online. All right, let's go back to our PowerPoint. And the next product we're going to just take a quick look at is our Project Management Central. And this is a complete portfolio management solution that uses task lists within SharePoint that allows you to bring your projects together. So the portfolio management allows you to group projects by a business unit, check the status at a glance to see if there's any issues, risks, or if we're late on milestones and tasks of all the groups. You can since it's unlimited users, you can bring all of your users in to now manage tasks and projects. Great for the IT group, HR group, great for people who are not necessarily ready for a Microsoft project, but are tired of their spreadsheets or flat task lists within SharePoint. We do support tasks and subtasks within those tasks. We do try to aggregate all of the tasks that are for an individual together. So that even if I've got tasks in 8 different projects, I can go to my tasks and see all of the tasks assigned to me across those projects without necessarily having to dip into each one of those. We've got a great time shifting feature so that if something in the middle of the project takes longer or new tasks have to be created, we can actually time shift all the remaining tasks out a week without having to individually go in and move those tasks. And then we've also added budget hour tracking so that you can actually assign hours to tasks. It gives you a total project budget. And as tasks are completed, you can quickly find out if you're going to be over or under budget, even though you haven't completed the remaining tasks. So let's take a quick look at what that looks like. PMC, perfect. Let's go back home. So here on the project portfolio level is where is a grouping of all of tasks that each of these tasks can be assigned to one of the departments. These are all editable, so if you're calling them business units, you can change those. And we can see we've got a number of active projects here. They can also be in a pending before they're live, completed, or canceled, or just all projects, right? Each of these departments can have members, so that if I'm just a member of the CHD contracts, I'm only going to see the projects that are related to that department. Under the My Tasks, I actually see all the tasks assigned to me, but you can see they're actually associated with different projects. So that's a great view for doing works and updating things. These schedules, issues, and risks are automatically calculated based on KPIs you set up for each of these projects. X number of tasks overdue will change the status, X number of open issues, X number of risks, start dates, end dates, and the like. We're also rolling up all the milestones for the projects I have access to so that we can see if we're late on any of these milestones, and then also tracking issues and risks. And quickly, if we jump into a project, we've got a nice little project dashboard that shows you just the status of tasks, upcoming tasks that are due, who the project team members are, a little calendar of what's happening. A lot of these are in the past, but at least you get an idea of things you have. Your task board allows you to create tasks that are sortable. So if I want to sort them by start date, I get my first task, second task, third task. This icon here allows me to show that there's subtasks associated with this review with stakeholders. So I can go through and look at my subtasks and show that I need to visit with the finance team, I need to visit with the CIO, and the like. So if we go back to these tasks, each task has a series of data that is associated with it, start date, end date. We do repeating tasks. You can assign it to one or many people. You can put in your estimated time in hours, the actual time as people complete the tasks. You can make it a milestone. And you can also add custom fields to your tasks if you're looking to track other things within your project that's specific to a project. Really straightforward. We've got document libraries, calendars, issues and risks, critical paths. And then the setup for each of the projects is really simple, where you can set up your schedule health, right? So this is where if there's more than one task that's overdue, we're going to set it to yellow. If there's more than six tasks overdue, we're going to set it to red. So just simply going through, clicking and setting up your projects, and off you go. We also support templating, so you can create a specific project, save it as a template, and use that as the basis of moving projects through. So it's very sophisticated but simple to use. And with our licensing, you can have as many different portfolios as you like, and you can open this up to your entire organization without any additional licensing costs. The last product I wanted to show you is Tabify. And I added this one at the last minute because we're getting so much interest this week on it. And what Tabify does is it's a nifty tool that allows you to actually tabify different things on a page to save space. Best thing is it's only less than $2,000 perpetual license. And essentially what you do, let's go ahead and edit this first, is you add Tabify to a page, and then anything within the frame, we've got this picture library, we've got this document library, we've got this video, recent documents, and these people profiles. If you were to put these all on a single page, you can see how much real estate this is taking up, right? When you put Tabify on that page with those web parts and items, it will take them and Tabify them so that now they're in a tab view that I can quickly go through and scroll. These little pencils allow me to actually change the labels. So if we grab the labels from the actual web part, but if those are not always friendly to users, so you can actually change what they are. And the new feature is we can also choose to take something out of the Tabify so that that exists below it. So even though it's in the same frame, we're going to grab everything, but then you can deselect some of the items if you don't want them included in your Tabified look. This is a product that when we see people deploy it throughout their entire tenant, because it just makes navigating through pages so much easier for your users. And again, at under $2,000, it's something that everybody should be with. So I think that's all I have for today, right there at 30 minutes. We hope you enjoyed it. If there's any questions, I'll stay online for another 5 minutes and we can use the chat feature to talk about anything. Again, everything's available in a 30-day trial. No credit card needed, no touch. You download it yourself, drop it in the app catalog, put it on the page, and watch it do its thing. Support is here outside of Washington, D.C. and in Chicago. It's phone support as well as email support that's included while you're under support. It's a great team that helps over 2,000 customers we have on active maintenance at this point, and adding more every week. Most of these products are also available in the Microsoft App Store. It takes a little bit of a vetting process, but we now have, I think, 12 of our 25 products there. So you can get them that way, or you can get them right through our store as well that we saw earlier, and the like. Jump over the chat. Well, if there are no questions, we'll go ahead and end this. And thank you all for coming. We'll send a recording of this